Hello everyone, my name is Anushri Konher and I'm currently pursuing PGDM International Business here at BIMTech Greater Noida. And today, I am thrilled to introduce you all to Mr. Suyog Saxena. He is the Deputy General Manager and Head of Visual Merchandising at Nykaa. Hello sir, how are you?
Hello Anushri, thank you for having me over here.
Yes sir.
I'm honored to be over here and I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good sir, thank you. So to begin with, could you please share with our viewers the career journey, how you first entered into the field of visual merchandising and the path that leading up to your current role at Nykaa?
So it's been a long journey, obviously. I passed on from college in 2014 and it's been 11 years that I've been in the industry, started from the very base. The reason why I chose visual merchandising is not that fancy, to be very honest. It's one of the field that I found a little bit more creative than the other departments in retail. My mother being an artist and I being like getting that from her, definitely I wanted to get into fashion, but on a creative side. There was also marketing that I could have chosen, but visual merchandising was something that I genuinely found very interesting, and thanks to Shweta ma'am, because she was my teacher at that time and she was very successful in making me realize that this is the field that I can be really good at. And I started from a very small project in the college itself. It was a window project and I was able to do well in that. I got a lot of appreciation, not only from the teacher's side, but also from the students' side. So when you're getting appreciation from the students, you really know that you're doing something good. So obviously, visual merchandising was not something that I thought before I entered the college, but when exiting from the college, my last year, I had the understanding that this is the field that I want to spend some time in. I started with Jack & Jones as a management trainee. That was a campus placement. I went to Bombay for some training, came back to Delhi, and then I was working in one of the stores in Saket. So let me just tell everyone over here, and for your knowledge, I started from the very base. Okay, I did not get like campus placement which took me directly to the corporate world and I got a white collar job or something. I started from the very base. After Jack & Jones, I worked over there for 5 months, but the main job what I had to do was store visual merchandising, and that a lot depends on how you are managing the store's visual display plus also the customer's perception about the brand. So it includes the very basic like mannequin styling, it includes the display, what you do about the products inside the store, if you're following the guidelines from the international what they have given. Since Jack & Jones was a Denmark brand, I was following and understanding how to adapt the global guidelines in India. And the very basic thing what I was doing was I was learning a lot. And this is something I've been always proud about myself because most of the people do the job. I was trying to learn something from there and suddenly I got that feeling that maybe in the first 5 months, I'm ready to jump to another level. And probably a person like me, maybe if I try, maybe I can get into the luxury world as well. So I gave an interview for Burberry. I got selected in the first time. And again, I was on the base level, but I was working for a much better brand. And started my journey again from a store BM, worked over there for 1.5 years, moved to Future Group, which was quite a leap at that time because a lot of people were thinking that I'll continue working in luxury. But that wasn't the case. I actually wanted to learn, and Big Bazaar and Future Group was the company to be at that time. If you start working in a luxury brand, you will keep on following what the other people are designing. But if you work in an Indian company where things are getting designed and things are getting conceptualized on the very base, it's very easy for you to learn and you have much more opportunity. So from Burberry, a luxury brand, to a value retail, large format brand like Big Bazaar, was quite a leap. A lot of people thought that probably I had to do it, but it was a conscious call. I worked over there for 2.5 years and I had a great time. Mainly, the reason was that I was doing everything on the ground level. We were designing, we were executing, we were talking to vendors, negotiation, everything, production, everything was happening in India itself. So I had a lot of exposure to do a lot of things on a large scale. And after working in Big Bazaar for 2.5 years, I can tell this thing to everyone. I was equipped with the knowledge that I can handle a pan-India role for any kind of fashion brand. The next opportunity which I got after interviewing for a couple of companies and not getting in for the job but I always feel that the right opportunity doesn't lie in front of you. It's actually waiting somewhere in the future. So after interviewing for some mediocre brands and not getting the job, I got as a pan-India VM for Superdry, which was one of the best brands at that time. And even today, every one of you would agree with the fact that that's the brand to be with, that's the brand to purchase. It's a cool brand. And it was doing pretty well in India because Reliance Brands at that time was heavily funded. It was on the peak of it. And so one thing which I actually wanted to mention was that after managing 2 stores of Big Bazaar, I got an opportunity to manage a pan-India role for Superdry. And I was only able to do that because I did have a lot of experience in Big Bazaar. So I give a lot of credit to my whole career over there. And after that, the first job or the second jobs, sometimes we choose. But after that, I truly believe that the industry chooses the next jobs for you. After working in Superdry, I was recognized by Aditya Birla Group as a up-and-coming young leader. And I was still, 24 at that time. So I was given an opportunity to launch American Eagle with Aditya Birla Group in Bangalore. And they were also hoping to bring someone in who can actually create the guidelines and also communicate with the international team well, which I had an exposure in Burberry, also in Superdry. So that was very helpful. And I ended up working with the company for the next 3 years. Again, learned a lot. And by far, I've worked with 670 companies. I can hands down say Aditya Birla Group is one of the best companies to work with on every level. So then obviously everyone would agree that 2020 happened, the COVID happened, and the world changed for good. People started realizing that life is a little uncertain and you need to cherish the moments and you need to make quick changes in your life rather than keeping a plan for 5 to 10 years. I decided that beauty as an industry was booming at that time. And I recognized that pretty early. And I actually shifted to Delhi when I was with Aditya Birla Group, but I continued to work over here on work from home at the time of COVID. But sooner or later, I had to shift to another company because I truly believe that exposure in multiple companies is better than exposure in one company, experience in one company being for the next 10 to 15 years. I truly believe that. And obviously, stability is a factor, but even if I'm entering a company, I can directly tell the interviewer that I'll be staying over here for the next 3 or 4 years, not for the next 10. But what I'll do in the next 3 or 4 years will be equal or probably more than the people who can do for the next 10. And I'm not someone who is getting an experience in this company. I'm getting an experience of 10 years from one brand. I'm getting an experience from multiple brands, from luxury to value retail to the casual streetwear brand, what Superdry is, for the denim brand, what American Eagle is. And that's where I ended my journey with the fashion world. I entered the beauty one. I ended up working with 3 companies, Nykaa being the third. House of Beauty I joined, then I joined Good Glam Group on an HOD level, on a group lead level, and now that brought me to Nykaa. And the journey just started, so I don't have a lot to say, but in the last 1 month, it's been one of the best companies to work with. And obviously, it's a publicly listed company, so whatever I'm doing, my work has larger impact. It's on a larger scale, and I'm very proud to be on that position.
So that's a really fascinating journey, and I'm sure our viewers are inspired by that. Sir, as we all know that e-commerce platforms are booming these years, and they have a rapid growth, and they're changing the way customers are engaging with brands nowadays. So from your perspectives, how has this shift impacted the visual merchandising field at a company level?
Sure. I would say that e-com has not only extended the reach of retail and for the people, for the consumer market, e-com has also given a lot of realization to the offline market that if you're not creating an environment and a customer experience that people want to come in, they can easily go to any kind of website and buy stuff because it's probably on the same level or probably on the same price or even lesser sometimes. So I would totally like to believe that visual merchandising, what we had before the boost of e-com, was very different, very functional. Now it's getting towards the creative side. It's getting towards where they are going a long way to create better experiences for the customer. So I think e-com directly has definitely impacted visual merchandising standards in India. People have started process planning and executing better plans and working towards the customer journey, which probably before e-com usually used to be the display of the product, okay, the pricing of the product. But after e-com, it's become more about the customer experience. And that actually gets extended towards e-com also. Because when you go on a website, you don't want to see something which you don't want to buy. That's where algorithm and AI comes in. They curate the whole website for you in a way that it seems like it was personally created for you. So that's again a factor of visual merchandising. Keeping something at the right place at the right time with the right things that it seems beautiful for you to buy. So I would say, yeah, I think visual merchandising has a larger impact than people give credit to. And it's a little underappreciated even today, I would say in 2025, but I see a very bright future of the field in future. And yeah, it has a long way to go.
So that's really insightful. And for the final question, what advice would you give to someone who wants to build a career in visual merchandising or in the field of retail experience design?
My God. Okay, so definitely there are multiple advices I would want to give, and I have been giving it to my team as well. But one thing what I really want to say is that I think the experience part in diversity is much more than experience in depth. Being a jack of all and master of being a jack of all is actually better off being master of one. So in today's time, when everyone is being a general like even in AI, they are going towards the general side of it. That if you can become like a person who knows more tools than a person who knows one tool more than anyone else, it's going towards that. So I think a generic knowledge about multiple fields is very much advantageous in VM as well. Plus, you need to have a global exposure. You need to keep yourself open to Pinterest and other things, what other brands and other companies are doing in other countries and how other country people are perceiving it. So I think the exposure part is a big, I would say an advice to the young people. And do not be scared to try things. Do not overthink about your first job. Do not overthink about where your life is taking you. Every company, every industry, every brand gives you a lot of learning. It's just about how much you want to learn. That's all.
So that is very insightful and knowledgeable at the same time. We thank you for this interview and thank you for taking time. And we hope to learn more from you in the future.
Absolutely. It was great talking to you and thank you for having me over here.
Thank you.